It's hard to imagine, but some football players have ended up in legal trouble, even in the world of professional football, where fame and love seem to rule supreme. Fans and commentators alike have been shocked to learn that these sports icons have run into legal issues. Today, we're going to dig into the thrilling and frequently disregarded stories of football players who were detained, illuminating the complexity of their lives off the field. These examples, which range from deadly mistakes to careless choices, serve as disturbing reminders of the temporary character of fame and the consequences of one's actions. Come explore the fascinating stories of success, hardship, and atonement that have occurred in the unpredictable world of football. In 2007, during Chelsea's successful period, Jose Mourinho faced a surprising problem involving his pet dog. Mourinho received a worrying call from his wife informing him that the cops wanted to remove their dog as he was celebrating his team's wins. Mourinho tried to run away with the dog since he didn't want to lose his cherished companion, but the cops arrested him. It ultimately led to a brief period of detention for him. Mourinho was a well-known football coach who led Chelsea to numerous championships, but this episode demonstrated that even well-known individuals must abide by the law. Regardless of their level of prosperity or fame, everyone should take good care of their dogs and abide by the law. It acted as a reminder that everyone is subject to the law and that breaching the law can have negative effects, even on well-known people. Mourinho's story served as a reminder of the value of responsibility and obedience to the law, even in the face of successes and joy. A tragic incident happened to Marcos Alonso, the well-known football player for Chelsea and Barcelona in 2011. One evening, after spending a great deal of time in Madrid, Marcos made a terrible choice. Despite having consumed alcohol, he decided to drive home rather than find a different route. Marcos had been drinking when he lost control of his vehicle and had a terrible collision. Sadly, the accident claimed the life of a young woman. Many individuals were deeply disturbed by what happened, and it was a very serious situation. Marcos committed a serious crime, yet his punishment wasn't as severe as some people felt it should have been. Because they believed he should have received a harsher punishment, some people were angry. This incident highlighted the risks of driving after intoxication. Everyone should be aware that driving after drunkenness can have very serious repercussions and that it is never worth endangering one's life to return home after a night out. The tragic results of drunk driving and the significance of making appropriate decisions are brought home by Marcos Alonso's story. Aston Villa football player Jack Grealish got into serious trouble in 2020 after going out too often to party. Jack drank too much at a house party and made a terrible choice. Despite being intoxicated, he decided to drive home rather than looking for a safer way to get there. Due to his drunkenness, Jack's car was difficult for him to manage, which caused him to crash into other cars and cause significant damage. Everything was captured by cameras, providing documentation of the events. What Jack did led to a great deal of trouble. He was prohibited from driving for a considerable amount of time and had to pay large fines. For Jack and everyone else who heard about what happened, this was a difficult lesson. This account demonstrates the peril of driving after intoxication. You cannot drive safely or think clearly when drunk. Making wise decisions is crucial, especially when operating a vehicle. The incident involving Jack Grealish serves as a warning of the serious consequences that can result from driving while intoxicated, and the significance of always finding a safe way home after drinking. The world-famous football player Cristiano Ronaldo got into some difficulty during a match in Saudi Arabia. He was angry because some supporters of the opposing side were making fun of him and his squad, which was struggling. Cristiano became enraged and made a crude gesture that upset a great deal of people. The gesture Cristiano made is illegal in Saudi Arabia. Many believed that his actions warranted serious consequences. Some even went so far as to say that it would destroy his soccer career and reputation. Cristiano received a lot of criticism, but he wasn't penalized too harshly. He was able to escape grave repercussions for his deeds. This demonstrates how difficult it may be to handle circumstances like this, particularly when there are cultural and legal differences. The life of Cristiano Ronaldo reminds us that we should exercise caution in all that we do, particularly when we're in a place with different laws. Even well-known individuals like Cristiano make errors. What matters most is how we respond to those errors. In 2020, Ronaldinho, a well-known Brazilian football player, had an unexpected event. He attempted to enter Brazil but ran into problems due to a fault with his passport. Ronaldinho used a fake passport in place of his actual one. Upon discovering the phony passport, Ronaldinho was caught and taken to jail by the authorities. Many were taken aback by this, considering Ronaldinho is a highly regarded and well-known soccer player. Ronaldinho's celebrity did not shield him from the consequences of breaching the law. He was subject to the same penalties as all other wrongdoers. For supporters of Ronaldinho and other soccer players, this served as a reminder that no one is above the law. The tale of Ronaldinho serves as a reminder that, regardless of one's identity, it is crucial to abide by the laws and regulations of a nation. Even for an internationally renowned person like Ronaldinho, breaking the law can have dire consequences. Everyone should take note of this lesson and always act morally and in accordance with the rules of the areas we visit. Footballers, just like other celebrities, sometimes find themselves facing the consequences of their actions in court. Take George Best, for example. He was a famous footballer but had problems with alcohol. Once, he drove drunk and got into trouble. He also got into fights. These problems led him to spend time in jail. Then there's Tony Adams, who was also a great footballer. He crashed his car while he was drunk. This wasn't the first time he had drunk too much and got into trouble. Because of his drinking problem, he ended up in prison. But even though he had these problems, he didn't give up. He turned his life around and became successful again. There are many other footballers who have had problems with the law. Patrick Kluivert, for example, was in a car accident because he was driving recklessly. Mason Greenwood, Benjamin Mendy, Adam Johnson, Joey Barton, Ian Wright, and many more have also had trouble with the law. These examples show us that being famous and rich doesn't mean you can break the law without consequences. All of these stories teach us an important lesson. No matter how famous or successful you are, you have to follow the rules. Breaking the law can have serious consequences, even for football stars. So it's important to make good choices and stay out of trouble, both on and off the field. As we draw to a close, this exploration of the unanticipated run-ins between football players and the law, it is important to keep in mind that beneath the glamour and flash of the game, there is a human narrative full of victories and setbacks. Despite being adored by millions, these athletes are not exempt from life's mishaps. Their battles with addiction, carelessness, and legal issues serve as moving reminders of the difficulties associated with fame and wealth. Still, many have rebuilt their lives, vanquished their demons, and kept inspiring both on and off the field. Their experiences serve as a reminder that, with bravery and dedication, one can overcome hardship. Let's not only respect these football players' abilities, but also absorb lessons from their errors as we consider their travels. Let's make an effort to live more morally upright lives and respect the principles of accountability and integrity. If you like this video, please remember to subscribe, like, and share it for more updates. Until we meet again, be careful and cherish every moment.